Hi, I'm Dr. Barbara Royal, Director of Nutrition and Integrative Medicine at Fairchild. I used to work in zoo and wildlife medicine, and one of the most important things that we knew even then, which was maybe 30 years ago, was that the most important thing for each animal that we dealt with was that we feed it an appropriate diet for the species. If it was a bird or a turtle, a wolf, or even a ruminant, we had to pay attention to the most species-appropriate diet for that animal. Otherwise, they wouldn't stay healthy, they wouldn't reproduce, they wouldn't recover from injury, and they wouldn't have a very long life. And that's something that I knew very, very well when I dealt with wildlife and in zoo medicine. When I started doing medicine for dogs and cats, it was quite a different story. In veterinary school, we're taught about medicines, we're taught about surgery, but nutrition is really skipped over. It wasn't as important for health because we had a pet food industry that told us what to feed our dogs and cats. What I've found since is that really isn't the way we should be looking at it in veterinary medicine. I was really surprised early on in my career by a client who came in with 3 of the most beautiful Newfoundlands I'd ever seen. I did their exams, we went through everything. She had a 10-year-old Newfoundland who looked just as vibrant as her 1-year-old. Their teeth were beautiful, their hair coats were glowing, and just as she was walking out of the door with a beautiful bill of health, she said, "Oh, and by the way, Barbara, I make their diet myself. I don't cook it, I just make a raw food in a separate kitchen I have for these dogs." And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this is terrifying, this is horrible. And I said, "Joan, you've got to get back in here, you're endangering your animals." And she let me talk a little bit and explain why I thought this ultra-processed kibble food would be way healthier for her pets. And then she looked at me and she said, "Barbara, we're not going to talk about nutrition again." And she walked out of the room. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, I wonder if the fresh food that she's making is the reason that those animals are so healthy. And it took me a little while to do it myself. I changed my own dog's food, who was 12, a German Shepherd, to a fresh raw diet not too long after that. And she suddenly became the most vivacious and alive, and her hair coat changed, her breath got better, she was able to catch frisbees again on the beach, and she lived another 6 years. One of the most important things that I know as a veterinarian is that the most important decision we can make about our pets is what we put in the food bowl. I have watched very many animals eat themselves healthy when the case seemed almost hopeless, or the animals seemed like there really were no other options to make them feel better. If you can change the food to something fresh and something well balanced like Fairchild, you'll be amazed at what a difference you'll see in the health and longevity of your pet.